How's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video in data structure series. In our last video we have seen how to insert an element in a doubly linked list. We have also seen how to implement this operation in C and C++. In this video we will see how to delete a node from a doubly linked list, and then we will see how to implement this operation in C and C++. Let's say we have a linked list, so we can either delete the first node of the linked list, or we can delete a node from somewhere in the middle of the linked list, or we can delete the last node of the linked list. We will see how to perform deletion at all these three positions one by one. First, let's see how we can delete a node from the first position of a doubly linked list. So to delete this first node, we can simply store the address of the second node in the head pointer. And we also need to store null in the previous pointer of the second node. In this way, the first node will get deleted. So to do this, first we store the address of the node which has to be deleted in the temporary pointer. In this case, we store the address of the head node. Then we assign the address stored in the next pointer of the temporary node to the head pointer. Here, the address of the second node is stored in the next pointer of the temporary node, which is the first node. So we assign the address of the second node to the head pointer. Now our head pointer points to the second node of the linked list and its link with the first node breaks. Next we store null in the previous pointer of the new head node. In this way, the temporary node has been completely removed from the linked list. Finally, we free the memory occupied by this node. This algorithm takes constant amount of time. Now let's see how we can delete a node from the middle position of a doubly linked list. So let's say we have to delete the node which is at the third position. To delete this node at the third position, the address of the fourth node should be stored in the next pointer of the second node, and the previous pointer of the fourth node should point to this second node. For this, we first declare a count variable and we initialize it with integer 1. We will use this count variable to count the number of nodes we have traversed and to get the position of the current node. Then we declare the current node pointer and we initialize it with the address of the head node. We will use this current node pointer to traverse our linked list. To delete this third node, we need the address of the second node. To get the address of the node after which deletion has to be performed, we use a while loop. This while loop runs until count is equals to position minus 1. So here this while loop will terminate when count is equals to 2. In this while loop, we move to the next node by assigning the address stored in the next pointer of the current node back to the current node. And as we move to the next node, we increase count by 1. Now when this while loop terminates, the address of the node after the deletion has to be performed is stored in the current node pointer. So here the address of the second node is stored in the current node pointer. In the next step, we store the address of the node which has to be deleted in the temporary pointer, which means that in this example, we will store the address of the third node in the temporary pointer. So now this temporary pointer points to the third node of this linked list, and we can use this pointer to access the elements of this third node. In the next step, we assign the address stored in the next pointer of the temporary node to the next pointer of the current node. So here, the address of the fourth node is stored in the next pointer of the temporary node. So we will assign the address of the fourth node to the next pointer of the current node, which is the second node. In this way, the link between second node and the third node breaks, and a new link is formed between the second node and the fourth node. So now the next pointer of the second node points to the fourth node. In the next step, we assign the address of the current node to the previous pointer of the node whose address is stored in the next pointer of the current node. Here, the current node is the second node, and its next pointer, the address of the fourth node is stored. So we will assign the address of the second node to the previous pointer of the fourth node. So now the link between the third node and the fourth node breaks, and now the previous pointer of this fourth node points to the second node of the linked list. In this way, we have removed the temporary node from our linked list. Finally, we free the memory occupied by this node. The time complexity of this algorithm is given by theta of n. Finally, let's see how we can delete a node from the last position of a doubly linked list. So this time we have to delete the node at the fourth position because it is the last position of this list. To delete this node at the last position, we can simply store null in the next pointer of second last node. For this, first we declare the count variable and the current node pointer. Then we use a while loop to traverse to the node after which deletion has to be performed. So here we will traverse to the third node of this linked list. And when this while loop terminates, we have the address of that node stored in the current node pointer. After this, we assign the address of the node which has to be deleted to the temporary pointer. So here in this example, we store the address of the fourth node in the temporary pointer. Next, we assign the address stored in the next pointer of the temporary node to the next pointer of the current node. In this example, the temporary node is the last node of this linked list. So null is stored in its next pointer. So we will assign null to the next pointer of the current node as well. In this way, the link between the third node and the fourth node breaks, and the temporary node is removed from the linked list. Finally, we free the memory occupied by this temporary node. The time complexity for this algorithm is again theta of n. You may have noticed that the algorithms for deletion from middle and deletion from the last position are very similar. The only difference is that in the algorithm for deletion from middle, we change the address stored in the previous pointer of node before which deletion is being performed. But we need not to do this in the other algorithm because here we are deleting the last node. Now let's see how we can implement this operation in C and C++. To understand the implementation of deletion on doubly linked list, we will use the same program which we have discussed in a video on doubly linked list. So for detailed explanation of this program, check out a video on doubly linked list. Link is given in the description box. You can also press the I button. So in this program, first we declare the node class. We will use this node class to create new nodes for the linked list. In C, we will use structures instead of classes. Then we declare the head pointer, and after this, we create the createList function. We will use this createList function to add nodes in our linked list initially. Then we have the delete element function. We use this function to delete nodes from our linked list. In this function, we pass the position of the node which we want to delete. First, we declare the current node pointer and we initialize it with the address of the head node. Then we declare the temporary pointer. We will use this temporary pointer to store the address of the node which has to be deleted. Then we initialize the count variable with integer 1. Next we check if head is equals to null. So if head is equals to null, then it means the linked list is empty and we cannot delete any node from it. So it will print out, sorry, linked list is empty. If head is not equals to null and position is equals to 1, then it means that we have to delete the node at the first position. For this we will use the first algorithm. So we assign the address of the head node which has to be deleted to the temporary pointer. Next we assign the address stored in the next pointer of the temporary node and we store null in the previous pointer of the head node. Finally, we free the memory occupied by this temporary node. In this way, the temporary node has been deleted from the linked list. To delete nodes from the remaining linked list, we will use the second and the third algorithm. We have just seen that the algorithms for deletion from middle and the last position are very similar. The only difference is that we have one step extra in the algorithm for deletion from middle. So we combine both of these algorithms in this program. So according to both algorithms, we need to traverse to the node after which deletion has to be performed. So to traverse to that node, we use a while loop. This while loop terminates when count is equals to position minus 1. Here we have added one more condition that current node is not equals to null. We have added this condition because let's say we have a linked list with size 5 and the user asks us to delete a node from the 8th position. So this is not possible. But if we use a while loop with this condition only, this while loop will try to move to the next node after reaching the last node. So to avoid this, we have added this condition. This condition will automatically terminate the while loop when it tries to move to the next node after reaching the last node. When this while loop terminates, the address of the node after which deletion has to be performed is stored in the current node pointer. So we assign the address of the node which has to be deleted to the temporary pointer. Next, we assign the address stored in the next pointer of the temporary node to the next pointer of the current node. Now we check if the address stored in the next pointer of the current node is equals to null. So if this address is not equals to null, then it means that we have deleted the node from the middle position and we need to change the address stored in previous pointer of the node before which deletion is being performed. So if this condition returns true, then we assign the address of the current node to the previous pointer of the node whose address is stored in the next pointer of the current node. In this way, the temporary node has been removed from the linked list, and finally we free the memory occupied by this temporary node. So this is how we can delete nodes from the linked list. Next we have the printlist function. We use this function to print out our linked list in forward direction. Then we have the backwards list function. We use this function to print our linked list in reverse direction. Then we have the main function. In this main function, first we create our linked list according to the choice of user. Then we have a while loop which runs infinitely. In this while loop, we give the user two choices. He can press 1 to delete a node or he can enter 0 to quit. We scan the choice entered by the user in the variable choice. Then we check if choice is equals to 1. So if choice is equals to 1, then we ask the user to enter the position of the node which he wants to delete. We scan the position entered by the user in the variable POS. And then we pass this variable in the delete element function so that the node at this position can be deleted. And then we print out our linked list. If choice entered by the user is not equals to 1, then we break the while loop. And for the last time, we print our linked list in forward and then in backward direction. So now let's run this program. Let's store 10 nodes in a linked list. We will press 1 to delete node. Let's delete the first node of this linked list. We can see 12 has been removed from our linked list. Now let's again delete a node, and this time let's delete 74, which is at the 4th position. So 74 has been removed from our linked list. Again we will delete a node, and this time we will delete 99, and 99 is at the 5th position. So 99 is also deleted from the linked list. Finally, let's delete the last node, which is the 7th node. So we can see that the 7th node is also deleted, and now we can quit our program by entering 0. And finally, it prints our linked list in forward and reverse direction. We can write the same program in C as well. Here we will use structures instead of classes and malloc to allocate memory for the new nodes. And rest of the program is same. There is not major difference. The only difference is in some syntax. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will learn how to reverse a single linked list. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe our channel for similar content. If you have any doubts or suggestions for us, feel free to share with us in the comment section. You can also contact us through our Instagram and Twitter profile. Link is given in the description box.